England, September 1387. The kingdom appears calm. Castles stand tall. Church bells echo across the countryside. Farmers work their fields beneath grey skies. Yet beneath this peaceful surface, England is a kingdom filled with uncertainty. A young king, Richard II, sits on the throne. Powerful nobles compete for influence. Old rivalries simmer beneath forced smiles. No one knows it yet, but the future of England is about to be shaped by a child born far from the centre of power. His name is Henry of Monmouth. At this moment, he is just an infant. He cannot walk, he cannot speak, he has no army, no crown, no kingdom. And yet, one day, this child will lead men into impossible battles, humble the greatest nobles of France, and become one of the most feared kings in Europe. But destiny rarely reveals its plans early. Instead, it begins quietly. As Henry grows, he enters a world where power is never secure. His father, Henry Bolingbroke, is one of the most influential nobles in England. He is respected, wealthy, and connected to the royal family itself. But in medieval politics, proximity to power is often dangerous. In 1398, a conflict erupts between Henry's father and King Richard II. The king exiles Bolingbroke from England. Suddenly, the future of the family becomes uncertain. Young Henry is separated from his father and placed under the supervision of the king. For many children, such an experience would be terrifying. Yet something unusual happens. Richard II treats the boy well. The future king grows up observing the royal court from the inside. He watches nobles negotiate. He watches alliances form and collapse. He learns a lesson that will stay with him forever. Power is not held by the strongest man. Power belongs to the man who understands people. Then, in 1399, everything changes. Henry Bolingbroke returns to England. What begins as an attempt to reclaim his inheritance rapidly turns into something much larger. Supporters rally around him. The king loses control. And before long, Richard II is removed from the throne. Bolingbroke becomes King Henry IV. Overnight, the young Henry finds himself transformed. Yesterday, he was the son of an exiled noble. Today, he is the heir to the English crown. But the crown his father has taken is contested. Many question the legitimacy of the new king. Rebellions begin almost immediately. The kingdom enters years of instability. For Prince Henry, childhood ends early. Instead of growing up among musicians and poets, he grows up among soldiers. He learns to ride for days without rest. He learns military tactics. He studies leadership. Most importantly, he learns what happens when a ruler appears weak. And then comes the moment that nearly kills him. The year is 1403. England is once again at war with itself. A powerful rebellion led by the famous warrior Henry Percy, better known as Hotspur, has risen against King Henry IV. The fate of the kingdom may be decided on a single battlefield. Prince Henry is only 16 years old. Most boys his age are still learning about the world. Henry is preparing to fight for a crown. The two armies meet near Shrewsbury. The morning air is heavy with tension. Thousands of soldiers stand waiting. Archers grip their bows, knights tighten their armour. Priests move through the ranks offering final prayers. Many of these men will not survive the day. Then the horns sound. The battle begins. Arrows fill the sky. The earth shakes beneath charging horses. Steel crashes against steel. The field descends into chaos. And then, in a single instant, everything changes. An arrow strikes the young prince directly in the face. The impact is devastating. The shaft drives deep into his skull. Blood pours down his armour. The pain is unimaginable. Many commanders would have left the field immediately. Henry refuses. He remains with his men. He continues fighting. He continues leading. Hours later, the royal army wins the battle. But the prince's survival remains uncertain. Back at camp, surgeons examine the wound. The arrowhead is buried so deeply that removing it could kill him. One mistake could destroy his brain. One wrong movement could end the life of England's future king. For days, uncertainty hangs over the kingdom. Finally, a skilled surgeon named John Bradmore designs a special instrument and successfully extracts the arrowhead. Against all odds, Henry survives. The scar remains forever. And so does the lesson. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to keep moving despite it. Over the next decade, Henry becomes one of the most experienced military commanders in England. He fights in Wales against the forces of Owain Glyndwr. He marches through mountains, he oversees sieges, he learns how to supply armies, how to command officers, how to inspire exhausted soldiers. Every campaign hardens him, every challenge prepares him for something greater. Meanwhile, his father grows weaker. King Henry IV suffers from illness. As the years pass, the burden of government increasingly falls upon the prince. Nobles begin looking toward Henry rather than the ageing king. Some support him, others fear him. The kingdom quietly prepares for a transition of power. Then, in March 1413, it finally happens. King Henry IV dies. Church bells ring throughout England, black banners hang from castle walls. The kingdom mourns. And at 26 years old, Prince Henry becomes King Henry V. Many expect another ambitious young ruler. What they receive is something entirely different. The new king moves quickly. He restores order. He strengthens royal authority. He deals firmly with threats against the crown. Unlike many rulers, Henry possesses both political intelligence and military experience. It is a rare combination, and he intends to use it. Soon, his attention turns across the English Channel to France. For generations, English kings have claimed rights to French lands and even the French throne itself. The dispute has fueled decades of conflict. But now France faces its own problems. Internal divisions weaken the kingdom, political factions fight for influence. King Charles VI suffers from periods of severe mental illness. France appears vulnerable. Henry sees an opportunity. Negotiations begin. English ambassadors cross the Channel, letters are exchanged, demands are made. But neither side is willing to compromise. War becomes inevitable. In the summer of 1415, Henry makes his decision. England will invade France. Across the kingdom, preparations begin. Blacksmiths work day and night. Ships gather in southern ports. Thousands of soldiers answer the king's call. Some seek glory, others seek wealth. Many simply follow their king. Then the fleet sails. Hundreds of ships cross the Channel. The invasion has begun. The first major objective is the town of Harfleur. Its walls are strong, its defenders determined. The siege drags on for weeks. Disease spreads through the English camp. Dysentery and sickness kill more men than enemy weapons. By the time Harfleur finally falls, Henry's army is badly weakened. Many advisors urge him to return home. The safer option is obvious. Henry refuses. Instead, he announces a daring plan. The army will march across northern France to the English stronghold at Calais. It is an extraordinary gamble. French forces immediately begin gathering to stop him. As the English march, they face constant danger. Food becomes scarce. Rain falls relentlessly. Many soldiers are sick, most are exhausted, and somewhere ahead a much larger French army waits.